All right, hey guys, we are back, and new par 5 here coming up for you guys. Hole 6, par 5, and definitely one of the more challenging holes. I really do recommend for this course just a little bit more power balls. I'm thinking Katana or Kingmaker. It's nice to have that extra side spin for the new 2 shootout holes. So having that ability to put on a very good side spin shot under basically a variety of wind conditions is going to be favorable, but also length can be important on one of the new ones. One of them's a little bit shorter. You can get a little bit easier shot, but I really do recommend at least having Guardian on as your wood of choice. And from time to time, here we're downwind. I'm just going to stick with the Katana ball. It has a knife, but as a general rule of thumb here, I might go with a Kingmaker for the extra distance. So what I've noticed of these new holes is they are getting, it's a much more it adds a much more challenge to Tour 9 collectively, distance-wise. And you see it pretty much across the board, whether it be a par 5 or like all these holes are just kind of beast lengthwise. Now, what I do with this drive here is I've been trying to keep it kind of centered. So what you saw that I did is I probably moved it maybe about 5 rings to the left there, because since it was an angled 7.5, it's only probably going to play about 5 rings. And you can see that I put a little bit of curl. And here you can see my opponent has a Sniper 7. On the average case now with these new tour, the Sniper 7 is not a good enough club to win via shootouts. So if you don't have Sniper 8 or higher, really don't even think about bringing it. It's going to universally give me an advantage on the shootouts, playing an opponent that is. But I would recommend staying away from Sniper altogether on the new Milano holes, because there's some tight greens, this being one of them, and just having that dynamic ability to stop the ball is going to be favorable in all the par 3s. So when we actually go to shootout here, suggesting that I missed this, I'm going to have a nice advantage here. So you can see we really only need to drive it to where we can get it up far enough. And the method that I'm going to choose to go about trying to hold this is going to be with some side spin. Nice Katana lets you really angle this and get this over here towards the hole. And we're going to play this very close to max. So, just focus on kind of setting the angle. And that's about 5 rings. We're going to go almost 7 for this shot. Perfect ball. And it did not quite react the way that we want to. Anytime that you're downwind like that, you do have to expect it to hop forward. I was trying to predict it a little bit and just didn't really pull it off right. So I did do a little bit more of an overcorrection. I probably should have set up just a little bit more right of the hole before actually going for that. I could see that the angle of the wind was almost parallel with the way that my ball guide was set up, so I was kind of hoping that it was going to be a wash in that case, but you can still see that the ball tried to jump forward too much and deviate from that ball guide, and so you didn't even see it cut at the hole there. So that's something you always have to think about for downwind, is that it hops forward a little bit more, which is going to straighten out your line a bit more. So here we're getting a wind that is into the face, which actually helps my opponent out, but still, with a Sniper, this is going to be very, very challenging to execute. As you can see, my opponent really can't stop it too well here. The goal is to land it a little bit more aggressively. If you can land it more aggressively towards the fringe and get it to hop up, you're going to end up with a better shootout result. So what I highly encourage you guys to do is bring Guardian. I've already gone left twice. I'm probably going to go left as well here because it is so angled. The wind is so angled that it's just going to be, and as I mentioned, you know, sniper is just going to have universally across the board, it's going to really put it at a disadvantage on most winds. I'm only forfeiting a little bit of accuracy. You know, you can play your shot just a little bit more conservative. If you can see, I used to do full backspin. Now, since I'm into the wind, I'm only going to use 8 bars. And that has to do with it being more into the wind. The hop here is going to condense more than what you see on my ball guide here. So you can see me playing it off to the side here. I'm going to play very close to max, so you will see me go the 6 rings. And you'll also see me that this will be the one time where I don't curl it. It's because it's an angled wind, and the wind is going to basically push it more towards the hole. So you can see the ball coming in right towards the hole. Just fell off. So something that so one of the things that you can keep in mind for this hole is that you want to you know, really just try to figure out your spin, because you guys have seen me use full backspin, and in this case I'm only using 8 bars on this hole, and it still came up just short. So it barely rolled off that front. You know, I would have been able to really get up on there tight if it would have just been, you know, just fractionally less backspin. So keep that tip in mind. Good luck with that hole, and catch you guys on the next one.